I'd hunted deer once or twice last year, and because we didn't access the property till late in the season. And the only time we tried to sneak in here in the morning, same thing, man. We bumped a freaking doe, and she snorted and snorted and snorted and snorted. I'm talking like snorted for, we could hear her a quarter mile away still snorting. Same freaking thing this morning. We get in here and a goddamn dang doe's bedded right here. We almost made it to the stand. I don't care what you do, you bust a deer out like that and they snort and snort and snort and snort. It nearly kills your chance of killing a big mature buck. You simply will not kill what you spook going in. There's nothing like sitting in a stand and having another bow hunter come walking in on you. It's the reality I have to deal with, just like all you guys or most of us out there. I don't own 1,000 acres. I don't lease 1,000 acres. I can't afford to do that. So I do the best I can, and am lucky enough to have some farmers let me hunt on their properties. Unfortunately, those farmers also let other guys, and what do you do? It's part of hunting. We're just like you guys, man. We have to do what we gotta do, and part of the deal.
Bow hunting is my life. Filming is my passion. My bow is my weapon. Hunting giant deer is my purpose. Shed hunting is what moves me. Chasing spring gobblers sharpens our skills. Designing the gear that I use is my job. Making better bow hunting videos is my duty. These are my friends and my brothers. This is my world. This is Whitetails Inc. For 5 seasons, Kyle Reindeers and myself have been filming and hunting together through the good, the bad, and the ugly. At this point, I'd just like to personally thank Kyle Reindeers, Dallas, and Timmy for putting up with me enough to film me and not hate me. Only these guys can really understand how bad hunting can affect my personality. It's hell on earth, and these guys put up with a lot of my crap to bring these stories to you. So guys, I'm sorry, and thank you very much for dealing with me. As any fair chase hunter can attest, sometimes hunting is far from fun. In my particular case, as a control freak, I do everything in my power to stack the odds in my favor long before the beginning of each season. With that being said, anyone who's bow hunted long enough knows the pure evil that lurks around the corner of every good day in the field. I have to deal with the same not so enjoyable aspects of hunting, and this season had far more than I could ever have imagined. For many years now, we've referred to this as the dark side of bow hunting. Enjoy my pain.
This spot is an awesome bedding area. I mean, it's textbook. There's just a ton of cover, beds everywhere. We've hunted it before. I've shed hunted this piece a lot. I know there are some big deer in the area. It's just a matter of catching one on their feet during daylight, coming through here. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what the heck the deer are doing, but outside of alien abduction, I don't know how to explain it. It's been weird. It's been warm the last day or two, but before that, the weather conditions were just ideal. And we've been hunting some good spots, and we just have not seen big deer on their feet. I don't know what the hell the deal is. We're going to keep grinding away. That's just what you got to do. Sometimes there's no sense of it, but that's bow hunting, man. Seems like when you're at your worst of worst, all of a sudden, boom, there's a big buck. That's kind of just how it works. So I'm trying to be as patient as possible. I just got a text, and Dallas has already seen 2 shooters this morning. I seem to not be able to catch a freaking break. It's just, I don't get it. I just do not freaking get it. Everything's textbook. We are in the middle of a nasty bedding area. There's does all around us. The wind's blowing right. The bucks are not here. I don't know why. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, literally, I don't think we could have seen any smaller bucks than we have this year. Well, my mood went from high to low real quick. Kyle and I just got into a set we haven't hung yet this year, or hunted this year, out in my sanctuary. It's a killer spot. But we're sitting here just about set up, and all of a sudden, Kyle's like, do you hear that? And it's like, brr, a doe bleed. I'm like, holy crap. And then, all of a sudden, a buck fight broke out, and we realized there's another hunter about 100 yards from us on one of the neighboring properties calling like crazy. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and 70 degrees, guys. Let me give you a tip. Don't call at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's 70 degrees out. You're not going to call anything in. All you're going to do is push them our way, which is fine, but jeez Louise, I'm sure we're going to be listening to that all night.
After hunting various properties over the years, I can tell you, in most cases, calling is far more effective when used very sparingly.
Yeah, that's him. He was cruising the other side of the creek. I gave him a grunt. When he heard it, boom, stop and turn. I quit grunting. You gotta let them hear it, but don't keep calling it because they will pinpoint your location within 10 feet. He started to walk again. I hit him with another grunt. It disorients them. They can't tell where it's coming from. And then he started making a script. I knew I had him riled up, so I quit calling him for grunting again. He started walking away, and I let him 10 yards and drove him nuts. He turned back, across the creek.
The more I learn, the less I call. I firmly believe that hunters, including myself, spook far more mature bucks with blind calling than they attract.
I don't know what day it is. It's like the 10th, I think, or the 11th November. And the hunting has been less than good, you could say. We sat all day yesterday and didn't see a deer. I almost dropped the tree stand on the tree this morning. Just been like, we can't catch a break on anything. It can't get any worse because right now we haven't been seeing any deer. So if we see a spike horn, it's going to improve. Yay, the season continues. November suck. November. Being the expert hunter that I am, this season, instead of showing you how to do things, we've taken the route of showing you how not to do things. For every right, there's a wrong. And unless you explain that and show that on video, you can't exactly emphasize the rights now, can you? I wish that was the truth. I don't know, I've been racking my brain what we're doing wrong. We've been seeing deer this morning. We're on like one of my best spots right in the middle of my sanctuary. And like, this spot is just awesome. There's hogzilla runaways coming everywhere. We had, I don't know, 4 or 5 does come in this morning. But it's not what we should be seeing here. We should be seeing a dozen plus deer every set. I mean, it's just one of them spots. There's runaways crisscrossing all through here. Pending, there's just like a freaking rut strike going on right now. And the Teamsters got involved or something. I don't know. It's just weird. We're in here hunting Johnny Rotten, and we've already blown the whole freaking deal. We got in here too late. That's my problem. That's my mistake. I'm just sick and tired of waking up 2 hours before light. As we were climbing up the tree, deer snorted several times up here on the ridge, which pretty much kills our whole morning. We've been getting in here an hour and a half before light and still can't see this freaking deer, let alone when you're getting snorted at. So the chances of killing him are probably about as good as us going to Mars in the next 10 years. Timmy and I were up here hunting. Freaking dog came running through. God, we got a pack of wild dogs that run around here and disappeared for a while, and all of a sudden I get to looking through my binoculars. I'm like, oh, there it is over there. I hear some dogs barking. And I look, and there's a freaking dead buck laying there. We don't know what it is, but we're gonna go check it out. I'm just praying it's not sippy cup or one of my big shooters. It just makes me sick. can definitely smell that dead deer. It's gotta be, I think it's right up here. Oh no. Another nice 3-year-old dawn. I've got pictures of him. I never named him. He's not from around here. He doesn't live right here anyway. I was hoping it wasn't freaking the rusty nail bug. But no, he probably got wounded on a different property. They're dropping like flies. Just another great buck with great potential that's no longer gonna make it. And I'm sick of waking up in the mornings. And I'm sick of winds not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Just nothing more frustrating than sitting on the downwind side of a bedding area when the wind's not downwind when it should be. It just sucks when you're not seeing big deer, but that's deer hunting. So we're gonna keep doing what we're doing and hopefully get lucky. We need a little luck right now because obviously hard work and straight effort is not working. If that dog comes here, I'm shooting it. Here it is. Here it is. Timmy, see him? It's a coyote right there? Dude, that's a coyote. Yeah, it is. He's stalking that dog. There's another coyote. It's been a wild kingdom. We've seen squirrels, bucks, does, fawns, raccoons, dogs, 2 coyotes, and turkeys. So the bucks are cruising. We're on the downwind side of this bedding area. It's a classic rut setup, and there's definitely a lot of activity, and the dogs have definitely gotten things up and running a little bit. So I think we're going to sit here a while, sit till probably a little bit later in the morning. As long as we got deer activity, there's always a chance that a big buck come through. Past 24 hours have been enough to send me to the hospital, I swear to God. And I'm not talking sick, I'm talking mentally, mental hospital. I've had a string loop on my bow that's been fraying slightly over the season. Last night we got in the stand, I was looking at it, and I just was like, oh my gosh, it needs to be replaced. I can't. I shoot every day during the season, and it's slowly taking its toll. I've been putting it off because it's hunt season. You know, the last thing you want to do is screw with your hunt setup. So, brought it in the shop. Sam Chloro, thank God, was open, and he put a new string loop on my bow last night, and I have a serving that was slipping a little bit too. Last thing I want to do is change that over. I mean, it's dark when we're out in the morning, right? It's got all of our stuff up in a tree. So, went into Sam's, changed the serving, shot it, didn't shoot right. It was off, so he put a new one on again, and it was shooting right on. Well, my last 2 arrows seemed to be a little bit low, but I thought, I can just adjust my sight a little bit if it's off just slightly. And usually I don't have any problems shooting my mechanicals. So, I had a dinner party last night I had to attend, and got home about 8:30 last night. Wanted to just shoot a few arrows, make sure it was right. So shot, it was low, so I resighted it and shot it probably 50, 60 arrows. Got it shooting good with field points. Put a broadhead on and it's shooting like low and to the right by 5 inches. It's about 9:30 now. About freaking having a heart attack in my garage. I can only shoot about 20, 25 yards. My garage lights up. mean, seriously, is this seriously happening right now? Like, it's not been tough enough. So I resighted it with my broadheads, and I'm shooting pretty good group, 2-3 inch group at 25 yards. With that being said, I didn't want to go to impossibility stuff. I have an opportunity to deer over 20-25 yards, because that's the max I'm going to shoot. It's the max I feel comfortable with, because I haven't been able to shoot beyond that to test. So needless to say, this morning, we're now sitting in a ground point right behind my house where pretty much the max shot's about 20 yards. It's just a close call shot. That's it, period. And didn't sleep worth a crap. Was up at like 3 o'clock this morning. Couldn't fall back to sleep. Mentally and physically exhausted from one of the most brutal seasons I've ever had. And there's no letting up. We had a beautiful 3-year-old 8 come by this morning, right at first light. Could have cracked him at 20-25 yards right here. He had our ozone at 30-40 yards up on this hillside, opposite direction where the wind's supposed to be blowing. I can't even count how many number of deer have now. We've gotten away with it because of the ozone. Beyond that, I gotta go back, get my bow work done today. Never ending. I'm hunting to the point where I've got 2 hours of downtime, enough to eat and go to the bathroom and shower pretty much. So now that I'm done bitching, hopefully Sippy Cup comes by and I'm gonna give it to him because I'm ready to kill something you don't even freaking know. I don't even know where to start, man. It feels like 2005 where if anything could go wrong, it does go wrong, and beyond any I'm so tired. It's just my Lord, when is it gonna end? I spent 3 hours, 4 hours, I don't even care, it doesn't even matter anymore. 4 hours in the bow shop today because my string loop has worn to the point where I had to get it replaced and my serving was loose under it. So by the time I'm said and done, I ended up having new serving, probably 4 or 5 string loops on to try to get my bow to shoot right. And like the last damn thing I want to deal with right now on top of the worst hunting season of my life. I'm so tired I can't even hardly pull my bow back anymore. I've shot probably 500 arrows in the last 2 days trying to make sure everything's on, trying to sight my freaking bow on in 20-mile-an-hour winds today. I'm so tired I don't even want to go hunting. We get out here, get set up. I'm literally drawing my bow back, twisting my peep sight, trying to make sure I know that it's going to be on if I have to shoot. And frickin' Timmy says, big buck right here. There's a big buck, it's Carl Weathers. I'm not joking. Or no, it's tuna fish buck. Get your camera right here.
If you're sick of watching the same old, check out a White Knuckle DVD. Not just different, better. To check out our full line of White Knuckle Productions DVDs, gear, and additional video clips, either click on the link from whitetailsinc.com or visit us at whiteknuckleproductions.com.
But anyway, stick around. It can't get any worse. Or maybe it can. I don't know. Knock on wood.